Hey everyone, hello. So, since it's October, I thought it would be fun to do a video on Halloween. So, we're going to talk about where did it come from? Why do we dress up in costumes? Why do people carve pumpkins and celebrate with ghosts and candy? So, to understand Halloween, we have to go back, way back, over 2,000 years ago, to the windswept hills of ancient Celtic lands. Long before carved pumpkins or spooky movies, the Celts celebrated a festival called Samhain. Now, it's spelled Samhain, but it's pronounced Samhain. And Samhain marked the end of the harvest season and the beginning of the dark half of the year. The Celts believed that during this time, around October 31st to November 1st, that the veil between the living and the dead grew thin. And it was said that spirits could cross over, wandering the earth once again. Some were the spirits of loved ones returning home, and others were believed to be mischievous or malevolent beings, fairies, goblins, or restless souls looking for trouble. And to protect themselves, people would light great bonfires, offering food and sacrifices to their gods and their ancestors. They also began the custom that feels familiar even today, wearing costumes and masks, but they did it to disguise themselves from evil spirits. These early disguises were made from animal skins and heads, and the bonfires were thought to have protective magic. Villagers would relight their home fires from the sacred flames, symbolizing renewal and safety for the coming winter. So, when you put on a costume or light a candle in a pumpkin today, you're echoing an ancient ritual of survival, protection, and respect for the unseen. And as centuries passed and Christianity spread across Europe, the church sought to blend or replace these older pagan customs with their own holy days. So in the 8th century, Pope Gregory III designated November 1st as All Saints' Day, also known as All Hallows' Day, a day to honor saints and martyrs. The night before became known as All Hallows' Eve, which eventually evolved into Halloween. And soon after, All Souls' Day on November 2nd was added, a day to pray for all of the departed. Together, these observances were merged with Christian remembrances with lingering Celtic superstitions. In parts of Ireland and Scotland, people still lit candles for the dead and dressed in costumes and went souling, visiting houses to pray for the souls of loved ones in exchange for food. And then this tradition slowly transformed into what we know as trick-or-treating. Then came the immigrants to America, particularly the Irish, who brought their Halloween costumes across the Atlantic in the 19th century. Here, old traditions mixed with new ones. Instead of carving turnips like they used to do, the original Celtic custom, Americans discovered that pumpkins made a much better canvas for their lanterns. And then just like that, the jack-o'-lantern was born. And then over time, Halloween became less about spirits and superstition and more about community and celebration. Parades, parties, costumes, and candy transformed the old ritual of Samhain into the vibrant, spooky, and joyful holiday that we know today. Yet, even beneath the costumes and candy, Halloween still carries echoes of something ancient. That time each year when the world feels a little thinner, when mystery and magic brush close against our ordinary lives. It's a night to remember that once long ago, people gathered around bonfires under dark autumn skies to honor their dead, face their fears, and welcome the turning of the seasons. So, next time you light a jack-o'-lantern or put on a spooky costume, take a moment to remember the ancient Celts and Samhain fires and the belief that even in the darkness there's meaning, mystery, and a touch of magic. So yeah, that's a bit about the origins of Halloween. If you liked the video, do me a favor, hit the like button, follow the channel, and maybe even share this with a friend or two who love a good ghost story. Alright, so until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and happy Halloween. Alright everyone, take care. Peace.